Chapter 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Above Tokyo, the Earth Dragon is fully released. Linya and Kusada could clearly see that the size of the newly emerged earthworm was much larger than the average earthworm. This time, the location of the gate is actually a subway track entrance that is in use. Peter Parker, how can we seal the subway entrance? It's very troublesome to seal it every time when the minister is making trouble. Mystique, most mutants can't stop a moving train, let alone two children. Yuzui Tengen, building a railway on the gate, what are these people thinking? Suddenly, the movement in the whole city stopped. Boom. The floor tiles were loose and the whole of Tokyo shook. Sota looked towards the door, and a bad feeling came to his mind. Boom. More and more ominous things gushed out like a tide. Kusada said tremblingly, the second stone was pulled out. The whole Earth Dragon is about to come out. Ehara Ryu, why is this happening? Isn't this protecting nothing? Kathy Palak, the minister is the evil of mankind, right? I can't kill 1,000,000 people in my lifetime. Amiya Kiritsugu, it's like the Holy Grail is broken, and all the evil is overflowing at this moment. Tom, oh. They're both cats, but he's so mean. Nick Fury, fuck, this cat is better than mine and can cause trouble. The situation was completely out of control. Without paying attention to the strangeness in other people's eyes, Sota and Suzuya jumped directly onto the body of Ener and flew into the sky with Ener. At the same time, birds and crows all over Tokyo took off, attracting the attention of countless people. This time, the worm no longer rose straight up, but instead soared into the sky like a dragon. Gurgle. As the stone disappeared, the Earth Dragon circled to a certain height, and the entire Earth Dragon was completely released. Sakurajima Mai, the Great Kanto Earthquake. If it happens again, more people will die. Come on. Suzuya Kusada. Hoshino AI, earthquakes are terrible. There won't be a gate of eternity under Tokyo, right? Sierre, millions of people died at a time. Compared to man-made disasters like the rift, it is a truly irresistible natural disaster, right? Miyamoto Shigeru, just an earthquake, little girl, you have experienced too little. When I was called Mitsuha, even the sky-killing star couldn't kill me. Uchiha Madara. The noisy city in the picture on the golden list suddenly became silent. Only a strange, creepy sound was heard. Tokyo fell into dusk. People were coming and going on the streets, cars were busy, children were playing in the park, and the city was as peaceful as ever. The pupils of the raven standing on the telephone pole reflected Tokyo in its eyes, a Tokyo covered by the plague of earthworms. The sky above Tokyo was covered with disgusting worm plagues that were entangled into countless groups and spread out. Abe Haruaki, is this worm plague really just energy? This kind of power, all the monsters in Heiankyo can't do it, right? Kibutsuji Musen, ha 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 ha. Whale. What do you have to complain about after being killed by natural disasters? The novel was taken from the Rawlers website. Close where you're reading it and support us on our website for more free novels. The novel was taken from the Rawlers website. Close where you're reading it and support us on our website for more free novels. Go to Ichiri, too scary. I can't breathe anymore. Kaltsit, the creatures born from this land are so powerless, but I think they are not helpless in the face of natural disasters. Yato, hey, didn't Sota pray to the gods in his spell? Just ask the gods for help. For example, for me, 5 yen is enough. Suzuya was running on the ground dragon with Sota in her arms when she suddenly heard the minister's voice. The minister lay on a tentacle of the earthworm and said mischievously, Linya, the Earth Dragon is about to fall, and the earthquake is about to start. You bastard. Kusada jumped out of Linya's arms angrily, and just ran 2 steps before falling down stiffly. Hee, the minister smiled and said innocently, from now on, many people are going to die. Why? Linya shouted at the minister angrily, why do you do this? Turn back into a stone. Dame. The minister sat up straight, his tone full of joy and freedom, because I am no longer a stone guard. With that the minister jumped down and jumped onto the bench, and whispered to Kusada with malice and sarcasm, You are the guardian stone. Kagura, letting Kusada be the sacrifice instead of it is too cruel. Too evil. Enkidu, it has no ill intentions, maybe it just has other obsessions and things it can't let go of. Guxiaoluan, but it does put the lives of millions of people on the balance. This is almost what the angels were going to do in the first place. Uncle Gio, letting a living person die in its place, what's the difference between this and the evil spirit that comes back to claim life on the seventh day after death? At this time, Sota's body became extremely cold, and ice-like crystals appeared. The moment Sota turned into a chair, the responsibility of the stone guard was transferred to him. I'm sorry, Suzuya, the story ends here. I'm glad I met you. Bang. Before Sota could finish his words, he turned into a stone with regret. Joseph Joestar, Sota, William Zeppeli, the greatness of mankind is the greatness of courage. In this troubled world, the loss of a courageous person like you is a loss to the world. Hino Eiji, the responsibility of the closed-door master is handed over to Suzuya. The hand she wants to hold is no longer Sota's. Suzuya shed tears and cried out Sota's name. The minister was still fanning the flames and asking Suzuya to insert the stone. Next, many people will die. At this moment, hundreds of thousands of golden threads connected the earth dragon below Tokyo, allowing it to slowly fall. Considering the overall situation and the lives of the entire Tokyo, Linya closed her eyes in pain, and the key on her chest emitted a blue light. Ah! As Suzuya screamed in agony, Sota was inserted into the earth dragon's head as a weight. The entire earth dragon turned into colorful rain, falling slowly like the aurora. Homura Akemi, I understand your feelings, but don't sink into despair, your battlefield is not here. Auto Apocalypse, he is not really dead, little girl, pull out the stone to save the one you love. Like Yagami, it's so hard to seal the worm, even if Suzuya is in love, she won't pull out the stone again, right? Izaoi Sakamaki, damn it, the fist is hard. The minister has done so many bad things. Misato, Katsuragi, I always feel that everything will not end like this. Dragon Boat, Festival Reading Discount. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Top up now, event time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Oh, great God! Please respond to me. The scene of the gold list changes. In order to save Sota, Linya found Sota's grandfather and asked him how to enter the world of immortality. But Lao Deng did not tell Linya, instead he said seriously that Sota's life saved millions of people, and this was his honor. Keisha, it is indeed worth it to exchange one person's life for the lives of millions, and he will be remembered by people. Ready, what righteous partner? What exactly did you save by exchanging less for more? Pig man, is Lao Deng confused? Is there no family affection in his eyes? Linya looked at Sota's grandfather in disbelief, and then firmly stated that she would rescue Sota and open the door to Tokyo. Lao Deng was so angry at Linya's words that he almost fell down. After learning that the only person who can bring a sense of security to Suzuya in this world is Sota, and that the world without Sota is meaningless, Lao Deng simply laughed. Rimuru, a dragon slayer, will eventually become a dragon, but I didn't expect it to happen so quickly. Hayakawa Akira, too reckless. How many people will die if the stone is pulled out again without the stone? Uchiha Obito, sounds so familiar. Lin. The world without Lin is meaningless. Li Jing, is the person upstairs going crazy? Hiratsuka Shizuka, this old man is very thoughtful, testing his grandson's wife. Lao Deng told Linya that one can only enter one door in his life, and can only enter that door in the future. After learning this information, Linya immediately thought of a memory that had been buried for many years. The beautiful and splendid world she entered in her childhood was the Changsha world. Linya immediately set out to return to her hometown of Kyushu to look for the gateway there. Lao Dang turned his head and looked out the window while lying on the bed. Old friend, after so many years, you have also been pulled out. Go and help them. The black cat outside the window nodded gently. March 7, so Linya went to the world of the living when she was a child. No wonder. All things are impermanent and are the result of karma. Perhaps it is because he has been to the world of the living that he can participate in this journey of sealing the door. Xiaoji, I almost forgot that Grandpa Munakata was also a closed-door master when he was young. The big black cat is his partner, right? Dr. Dongyun, wow. What a big black cat. Bigger than Mr. Sakamoto. This black cat brings more oppression than the black cat sheriff. On the way home, Linya met the minister again, as well as a big black cat, the stone that suppressed the dragon head, and the left minister. Linya looked through her childhood picture book and successfully found the gate to Kyushu and entered the world of the living. But in stark contrast to the beautiful scenery seen from the outside, there was a raging fire burning underground inside the world. The ground was full of earthworms circling around. The worm felt the beginning of its climb toward the door, and at that moment, the left minister's whole body swelled. The big black cat instantly turned into a white monster with long sideburns and white beard. The left minister hit the worm and suppressed it, and then tangled with it. Jifutaro, Changsher, is more terrifying than hell. Rise, as expected, everything is false. This world seems to have been destroyed by the world rune. Conan, I can't breathe. In this world, even life does not exist. Sakata Jintoki, did Suzuya close the door? Sigh. Kuroneko, the stone must be pulled out. It doesn't matter whether the door is closed or not. Ashia, left minister. Cool. Is this the beast master? Tamamanomi, it's not a monster or a beast, maybe it's the great god of their world. During this time, Linya awakened Sota's sleeping soul with her true love, completely pulled out the stone, and changed Sota back to his original form. During this trip, the minister also learned about Linya's feelings. It didn't want to make Suzuya sad, so it could only turn into a stone again with the regret that it could no longer go to Suzuya's house. Doma, what evil can a kitten have? Yulindel, although cats are cute, if they are harmful to the world by nature, they are evil beasts, monsters. Casey Palak, so there are always some people who are very charming among humans. Congratulations, Suzuya, you have defeated the evil beast that harms the world. In the world of fate, Casey Palak fell into deep thought after saying this. Can I also meet such a person and see such a scenery? Just when she thought of this, Kathy Palak felt a huge force on her buttocks, and she was kicked down by Merlin. At this time on the battlefield, the worm that was pulled out of the stone was completely released. The left minister was unable to suppress it and could only watch the worm fly towards the gate in the sky. After returning to his human form, Sota seemed to have regained his confidence. He ran to the top of a building with Suzuya and shouted to the left minister, I pray to the god who never sees the sun. Pray to the land god from generation to generation. I have been grateful to you for your kindness for a long time. I am deeply honored and humbled to return them to you. Sota put his hands together, and the key on Suzuya's chest also emitted light. I know very well that life is like a mayfly and death is always around, but no matter it is just a year, a day, or a moment, I want to try my best to live on. Oh, great and supreme God! Please, respond to me. Arthur Pendragon, this battle is a battle for survival, may your God recognize you. Immortal, life, is as bitter as a song. Do everything you can to survive. Agni, live, Sota. Alicia, may your God respond to you and my blessings, and wish you good luck in martial arts. Bronya Rand, the will to protect. You who protect life deserve the response of God. In the world of Chainsaw Man, when Hayakawa Akira saw this and thought of everything he had now, he had already begun to have the idea of retreating. In order to kill the demon of the gun, he lost Himino and lost a lot, and now he has a family that he can call his younger brother and sister. For them, should he stop here? In the starry sky world, protect. Clipper glanced at Sota.Munakata, the desire to sacrifice oneself, protect life, and survive are all manifestations of the destiny of preservation. He and Suzuya are both worthy people who can embark on their destiny. Roar. The left minister responded to Chao Tai's prayer and immediately broke away from the entanglement with Ini, taking the two of them into the air and turning into a stone. Suzuya and Sota fell on top of Ini's head and body respectively. As if they had telepathic connection, the two of them raised the stone to stabilize the opponent and stabbed it down with all their strength. Give it back. X2. Buzz. The world is purified. All the worms have turned into sand and sealed in the depths of the world, and there is no more movement. Inuyasha, so the great god is the left minister, that's all right. Zhongli, for thousands of years, he has been suppressing the worms in the purgatory of the world and protecting the present world. He is worthy of the name of the great god. Jibril, the scenery and things outside the world are so novel. I want to go so much. Deadpool, don't think about it. Even I can only take a photo with Batman, so don't think about it. Asada Shino, by the way, what about Mayamizu Mitsuha in the previous preview? Jinbang mentioned her name. In the world of Weathering with You, Mitsuha, who was working, froze and couldn't hold the smile on her face. It's over. I'm going to die. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Top up now, activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Top 6 officials and generals. Facing everyone's doubts, the Dimension Gold list screen began to flicker. The first half of a girl named Mitsuha Mayamizu's life flashed by with some horrifying things. In the picture, Mitsuha Mayamizu lived in a town built by a lake hit by a meteorite. He then time-traveled and swapped bodies with a boy who was 2 years younger than she was in high school. After learning about Mitsuha's death, the boy crossed the timeline to save Mitsuha, and at the same time, the memories of both of them gradually faded. Nurerihayan, the power of time. Which god does the Mayamizu shrine worship? Tony Stark, impossible. Absolutely impossible. Because of the existence of the grandmother paradox, Tachibana Taki can't go back to the past to save Mitsuha. He can't change the past. Loki, I think, maybe there is some powerful existence in their world that forcibly pinched the timeline into a sacred timeline. Suzumiya Hakurei, then they will lose their memories. It seems that it is the world correction force. In the world of your name, Tachibana Taki, who just graduated from college, the fog in the sky suddenly disappeared. Yanagoha. Your name is Mitsuha. At the same time, the scene is given to Mitsuha's home. Boom, a blue gold meteor directly smashed into San's house. Then the impact continued to spread. The entire town was razed to the ground by the impact of the meteorite, but fortunately no one died. Uchiha Madara, this is the heavenly star, is this the power of God? However, if the speed of the heavenly star can really reach this speed, Orochimaru, Boruto, Heh. Interesting idea. Fast forward to the time when the light particles hit the Ōtsutsuki home planet. Alex, are the death gods surrounding Mitsuha? It seems that they are not born frequently, but the mortality rate is very high every time. After that, Mitsuha graduated from university and came to Tokyo to work as a salesperson. In her first year working in Tokyo, it rained heavily every day in the sunny Tokyo. There were even some days when the weather was so bad that the subway was temporarily suspended due to the heavy rain. In the picture, Tokyo is covered with thick dark clouds, slowly spiraling. An indescribable roar sounded in Tokyo. The clouds were as terrifying as a monster poking its head out, followed by a continuous rainstorm. Shingonbao, hiss. Is this little girl a jinx? She was born with bad luck. Huaingxiong, it's not impossible that she is a jinx, poor little girl. Conan, every time she appears, there will be a disaster. If this is really her luck, it's too dangerous. Finally, the scene shows countless dense golden threads rising into the air beside Mitsuha who is working, and then the earth begins to shake. The inventory is over. Shinomiya Kagaya, poor Mitsuha, you still have a long life ahead of you, try your best to live on. Amano Yorai, you are simply a child of natural disaster, Abe. Unless the enemy deploys nuclear weapons, we will never deploy Suzuya. Yamagami, the Japanese server's top male gunner, said, you want to cause trouble for Suzuya too? You bastard, Nishiuchi. The gold list review has come to an end, and the gold list of Linya World has a picture that belongs to them. Top 7 World Bell Yado. Protagonists in famous scenes, Munakata Sota, Munakata Noboru, Iwado Suzum, Minister, and Ministers. Reward for being on the list. You can make a reasonable wish. It was detected that Munakata Ryudo was offline. The left minister and the minister were out of contact, so the compensation was 2 wishes. Suzuya World. Sota, Munakata and Suzuya smiled at each other. Their wishes had already been decided. Sota took the lead and stepped forward and said to Jinbang, my wish is that Changshi's anger will be completely calmed. From now on, there will be no more earthworms in the world. All the gates will disappear. As soon as the voice fell, all the gates opened instantly. The whole earth dragon drilled out of the surrounding sky. Bang! In an instant, the whole earth dragon turned into colorful light rain falling from the sky, and all the gates slowly disappeared. Suzuya looked at the sky excitedly, and then shouted, my wish is that the minister and the left minister are no longer bound by their duties and can live freely in this world. Come back. My minister. As soon as Linya finished speaking, 2 cats, one big and one small, jumped down from the roof. The small cat immediately fell into Linya's arms, Bell Sprout. The gold list was silent for half a day, and a new top appeared on the gold list, attracting the attention of the world. Dimension gold list at a review of the top 10 most shocking scenes in the universe. Top 6 officers and generals. You dare to capture the child that the Bodhisattva has set his sights on. Add 2 generals, and set off. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Top up now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The son of God Lin Huang, the Ghost King, sneak attacks the gods and Buddhas. As soon as the name Guan Jiangshou came out, it immediately aroused the interest and surprise of some special sects in the 10,000 worlds, Type Moon World. The 10 officials of the Mountain Court developed an immense interest and enthusiasm for Guan Jiangshou. The decline of the Age of Gods did have an impact on the land of China. It was just relatively small, those real gods and Buddhas had long since disappeared and separated from the human world, and they were even more familiar with the famous, killer star, Guan Jiangshou, so their interest in this top reached its peak. Zombie World. Qiu Sheng and Wenkai said puzzledly, who is Guan Jiangshou? I haven't heard of him. Uncle Jiu looked at his useless apprentice with disdain, and then explained, Guan Jiangshou is a general under the seat of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. He was once a notorious ghost king. He was extradited by Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva to become Guan Jiangshou. So that's how it is. Hollow World. Otto murmured thoughtfully, I thought it was a story that evolved from the religion of Shenzhou, but I didn't expect it to actually exist in another world. Interesting. I wonder if there really are so-called gods in the world I live in. While everyone in the world was still discussing, the inventory began. The gold list screen begins. The scene is set in an era of war and people living in fear. People were hungry and worried about their lives, so the whole island started a resistance movement to resist the warlords. But under their firepower suppression, the people who started the resistance were ruthlessly suppressed, and their villages were even massacred. One eyebrow Taoist, when the country prospers, the people suffer. When the country perishes, the people suffer. It's a pity that we Taoists are powerless in troubled times. Ashina Ishin, the world has changed. No matter how powerful the military force is, how can it compare to foreign guns and cannons? Vandal, why do you still resist when you know you won't win? After that, you will die in vain. Silco, bullshit. If you don't have freedom and don't fight, you are just like a piglet waiting to be killed. Amakusa Shiro Tokisada, war, alas, what is peace? A village called Xingzhong was almost completely massacred, with only one baby named Li Huowang who was hidden by his parents and escaped. Lin Huowang, an orphan whose parents were missing, was adopted by the temple master of Ksitigarbha Temple and grew up in the temple. His life was the same as other children, but other children had parents, only he didn't. Lin Huowang often envied other children who had parents around, so he went to ask Grandpa where his parents were. Grandpa didn't answer, because he didn't know either. Sun Wukong, massacre the whole village? I can't stand it. The evil deeds of these evil beasts are even more disgusting than those of Liang. Cheng Lishue, however, in troubled times, many children have lost their families. Sanzang, although Ling Shan cannot see into this world, I can feel that there is a Buddha watching this child. Taigong Wang, how can a mortal body give birth to a child of God? It is possible that it is favored by God. When Lin Huowang was 8 years old, he accidentally heard his grandfather talking to others about his life experience and learned that he was born in Xingzhong village. That night, Lin Huowang asked for divination in front of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva, but the result was unpredictable, and the gods and Buddhas did not want him to go. However, Lin Huowang's excessive desire for family affection made him go to Xingzhong village even though he knew it was very dangerous. Before leaving, Lin Huowang took the 5-sided flag and the sacred tablet from the temple. He stuck the 5-sided flag behind him, held the sacred tablet in his hand, and set off. In order to prevent Grandpa from discovering his sneaking away, he set out in the middle of the night and planned to return before dawn. Wang Yi, wow. This kid is really like asking for help from a god. Uncle Joe, it's not that easy to ask for help from a god. I just hope that the magic weapon that has been placed in the Ksitigarbha temple for many years can protect this child's life. Li Chunfeng, this trip is not going well. The result of the divination is that it is more likely to be bad than good. What's more, it's a child. It's even more difficult. Fujimaru Ritsuka, I hope you are okay. Gods and Buddhas will surely protect you. When I arrived at Xingzhong village, I was stunned by the raging forest fire. The dilapidated village was full of spider webs, dust and weeds. The words, "Heaven is angry and people are resentful, retribution will come," were written on a white cloth and hung at the entrance of the village. The whole village was filled with cold winds, and countless shrill voices lingered in the wind. Yatsuya Miko, great. So scary. You know, without even going in, there must be ghosts inside, right? Xia Dongqing, I thought the 444 convenience store was already a place where the dragons were sleeping, but I didn't expect Xingzhong village to be even more of a phoenix. Abe Haruaki, the night parade of 100 demons is terrifying, and the night parade of 100 demons in the Central Plains in the west is even more terrifying. Lin Huowang gritted his teeth and walked in directly. As soon as he entered the village, Lin Huowang discovered that a light was still on in a house at the entrance of the village. Lin Huowang entered the house with regret and found an old lady inside. Grandma is a dead ghost. After some questioning, she found out that Lin Huowang was a child of the Lin family. She also held Lin Huowang in his arms when he was a child. Then Grandma noticed the 5-sided flag behind Lin Huowang and the sacred scroll in his hand, and realized that he was the child of God. So the grandmother used her merits to bless the magic weapon in Lin Huowang's hand, and pointed out the place where Lin Huowang put his mother's letter. Shi Chang, this kid is lucky. He met a familiar ghost, so he is not confused about the situation in the village. Xing Tianzi, the child of God. If there is a son of God in my world, he must be saved, right? The young man, no, there is no hope. Tai Tu Jinren, adopted as the son of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. What luck is this kid? Fahai, the son of Buddha is born. He was the adopted son of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva during his lifetime, and he can directly enter the underworld after his death. Lin Huowang overcame all the difficulties along the way, learned the Taoist skills left by the old Taoist priest in the village, and obtained the earth, my 5 thunders decree has arrived at the rooftop. In the house on the top floor lived a ghost king with the deepest resentment. He maliciously asked Lin Huowang the purpose of coming here and attacked Lin Huowang. But what the ghost king didn't expect was that Lin Huowang was covered with magical weapons and had divine help. In a head-on confrontation, he couldn't even beat this 8-year-old child. After thinking for a while, the ghost king fled directly, giving up the way to Lin Huowang to the house. Old Heavenly Master, Buddha is originally Taoism. Buddhism and Taoism are inseparable. It is reasonable for the adopted son of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva to learn Taoism, right? Jigong, ha ha ha. They are all saving the world. Why is there any difference between Buddhism and Taoism on this point? Black Mountain Old Demon, you are called the Ghost King. Shameful. You should leave the group. You can't even beat a kid. Ghost King, you idiot, if you can do it, come on. The child watched by God beat me with a blazing sword, and you just talk nonsense. Joseph Joestar, you beat me. Running away is shameful but useful, Mr. Ghost King. When Lin Huowang came to the house, he finally found the letter left by his mother. He knew that his mother was not dead. He also saw the photos of his mother and father. Lin Huowang, who was still thinking about where his mother was, did not notice the coffin behind him slowly opening. Ah! A hand grabbed Lin Huowang. Lin Huowang only had time to scream before he was caught by the Ghost King and put into the coffin. Dongfang Huaizhu, great. Lin Huowang's mother is not dead. She said that mother and son can't be reunited in her lifetime. Duanmu Yan, if nothing unexpected happens, with Lin Huowang's ability and relationship with the gods, it won't be long before mother and son are reunited. Taijima sect leader, fuck. You have no moral principles. You sneak attack Li Huowang. On the other hand, when the grandfather woke up at night and found that Lin Huowang was missing, he had already guessed Lin Huowang's current situation and immediately invited 3 mediums. Big discount for reading books during the Dragon Boat Festival. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Top up now, event time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Add a general. Lose a general. Set off. Ding. 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 Dang. The rhythmic sound of gongs and drums rang out in the Ksitigarbha temple. Grandpa sat on a stool, facing the statue of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva, twisted his hands, and finally put his hands on his legs. In the picture, the grandpa was motionless, his head was shaking rapidly, and the sound of gongs and drums became louder and louder. In the incense burner behind him, the purest and most young flame was burning. Outside the Ksitigarbha temple, 3 mediums with painted faces, divine clothes, and magic tools in their hands have already stood together. Uncle Joe, we need to invite the gods. There are so many evil spirits in Xingzhong village. I don't know if the gods we invite can deal with them. Wang Shower, the forbidden secrets obtained from the gods can easily kill the evil spirits, not to mention the gods themselves. Kikyo, the way the western central plains subdue the evil spirits. I'm curious. Elmeloi too, the body of the saint, using this method to let the gods descend, worthy of the Shenzhou. The scene switched to Xingzhong village. Outside the eerie Xingzhong village, a dilapidated bicycle shook, and the glass on the window that had not moved for many years suddenly shattered. In front of the mass grave in Xingzhong village, 3 figures that looked like humans or gods passed through the thick fog and revealed their identities. The 3 of them each had 3 incense sticks on their heads, and their faces were expressionless. Xia Dongqing, so many evil ghosts. Wang Yi, we have already stepped into the ghost den. Too many people died unjustly here in the past. Yatsuya Miko, it feels so safe when these 3 gods suddenly appear. Kibutsuji Musen, how is it possible? They are obviously just pretending to be people, how can they invite the real gods? Menma can feel that they only beat up bad people. When they reached a place with a strong ghost aura, the 3 of them paused, stepped on the gang step, and the Azure Bagua magic circle unfolded. Then it turned purple and dissipated in the air. Add generals, remove generals, and set off. A purple hole suddenly appeared in the dark sky and slowly expanded, and a Tai Chi was reflected in the air. General Sun pulled up the fire handcuffs on his body, and his whole body was surrounded by blue light, emitting bursts of coldness. General Zhang's body emanated red and blue light, and the fire sticks and trident emitted hot and cold light. General Zhang, who was in the C position, looked at the Ghost King who abducted Lin Huowang and the evil ghosts who blocked the road, and anger surged in his heart, and his fangs slowly grew longer. Kiana, oh. Too handsome, right? Are the immortals in Shenzhou so handsome? Blank, this special effect and power are amazing. Chinkei, even the sky has a big hole. Is the Tai Chi inside a magic circle? Or is it a computer monitoring here? Li Xiaolang, there are gods above your head, and the gods and Buddhas in heaven and on earth are watching. In the curse world, Ronan looked at the powerful Guanjiangshu and regretted running away at the beginning. If he hadn't run away at the beginning, would Guanjiangshu save her? Would he save her child? Would he kill the great black Buddha mother directly? In the demon-destroying world, Muzan Kibutsuji was scared into 2,000 pieces again. He originally thought that he would unify the world after eating the blue-red spider lily, including the vast land of the Central Plains in the west, but he never expected that the water was so deep. Anyone who came out could crush him. Countless horror worlds in the myriad worlds have begun to go to the Ksitigarbha temple to seek the protection of the official generals. At the same time, those forgotten gods are also being discovered, and in the 21st century, faith is restored and they return to the world. Countless evil ghosts and wronged souls emerged from the mass grave ahead, and under the instigation of the Ghost King, they rushed towards the two generals Zhangsun. General Zhang used his trident to chop off the head of a ghost. Then he threw fire sticks while running. Countless ghosts were shattered in the explosion of the fire sticks. General Sun swung the fire handcuffs like a windmill, and wherever he went, all the evil spirits handed over their heads. South Dipper Palm lives, Beidou Palm dies. A bright light appeared in the dim sky, and several magical seals surrounded by flames and rotating continuously fell from the sky, directly detonating the place where the Ghost King was hiding. General Zhang broke through the glass and jumped into the building, and with a big kick he overturned the Ghost King's coffin. Xiaoyu, wow! Every sword is flaming. He's invincible. Wang Hasan, if a dead person still wants to bring disaster to the world, then hand over his head. Fenlinger, Namo intercontinental ballistic missile is too powerful. What is an intercontinental ballistic missile? Brother who, General Zhang is awesome. This big kick almost kicked the Ghost King's clothes apart. Uncle Joe, good job. So awesome. In the zombie world, Uncle Joe is a little numb. Is this the child of God? The generals he invited are so good at fighting. On the other hand, he asked the ancestor to step on a nail and it leaked, the coffin was kicked away, and the figures of Lin Huowang and the Ghost King were floating in the air. General Zhang grabbed the unconscious Lin Huowang and held him in his arms, while the Ghost King was nailed to the wall by General Zhang's awe-inspiring step and his trident was thrown out. In the blazing old building, Zhangsun and Erjiang slowly left with Lin Huowang. In the Jizo temple, Grandpa and Jizo Bodhisattva both smiled. Atrus, shot that pierces through evil. No evil spirit can block this shot, right? Aquaman, this throwing technique. This force. Strong and powerful, strong and powerful. Yatsuya Miko, I'm not familiar with the 8 million gods. I'm going to believe in Jizo Bodhisattva of China. Only the two generals can give me a sense of security. The top 6 inventory ends here, and the gold list screen that belongs to them appears in the ghost world. Top 6 in the world to fight ghosts. Famous scene protagonist, Lin Huowang. Reward, you can make a reasonable wish. Lin Huowang looked at his grandfather with hope but not quite believing it. Grandpa smiled and nodded at Lin Huowang. Go, Huowang, your mom is waiting for you. Hearing this, Lin Huowang, who was extremely eager in his heart, hurriedly said, "I want to reunite with my mom and dad." After the words fell, Huang looked into the distance with fear and excitement. He saw two figures slowly walking towards him in the distance. Although he hadn't seen them for 8 years and had only seen them once in a photo, but the blood relationship and the upright figure of his father undoubtedly indicated that Lin Huang's parents were back. "Dad! Mom!" Lin Huang shouted and ran over, throwing himself into their arms. The statue of Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva in the Ksitagarbha temple behind him slowly smiled. Not long after the top 6 ended, the top 5 appeared with a Meteor, Dragon Boat Festival reading discount. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Top up now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Top 5 Hunting Star God Lon. Dimension Gold lists a review of the top 10 most shocking scenes in the universe. Ranking in no particular order. Top 5 Hunting Star God Lon. Galloping across the sea of stars, chasing demons and sweeping away evil, patrolling for 5,000 years. Like a cloud blocking the sky, protecting the immortal boat, never landing, Super God World. Kaisha looked at the description on the gold list with great interest, chasing demons and eliminating evil, galloping across the sea of stars. It seems to be a righteous civilization, hunting evil like angels. Yen was also very interested in this civilization, hunting for 5,000 years. This civilization may have been born less than 10,000 years ago. It is really a young civilization. In the Ultraman world, justice floats in the universe and gazes at the survival rules of this civilization. Hunting evil in the universe is in line with the justice principles of the universe. In the Valoran universe, Ash sat on the throne and looked at the hunting star god and suddenly thought of Varus, hunting star god. Interesting, your existence may be very similar to ours. After the gold list was displayed for a while, the subtitles disappeared. Start trading. The picture slowly unfolds, and on a huge star, a magnificent history appears in the eyes of the audience from all over the world. It was an era of war and division. The people are living in poverty, the people rise and fall, and the world's heroes are fighting for supremacy, but they are just repeating the change of dynasties. Until an emperor appeared that he claimed that he was blessed by heaven, conquering the 4 seas, opening up the 8 wildernesses, and sweeping the world. In just over a decade, he pacified the chaotic world and unified the world, creating unparalleled achievements. Nakano Miku, speaking of the emperor who swept across the world, it can only be the first emperor of the Qin dynasty in Shenzhou, right? Nagato, is there really such a strange person? Sweeping across the world is fascinating. Sure enough, this is the only way to achieve true peace. Hashimiya Kate, oh. An emperor who conquered the world. One day I will conquer the world. In the Lost Belt, the first emperor laughed a devilish laugh and looked at the emperor in the picture with satisfaction. Isn't this me? Unify the planets and create a prosperous era. Then the next step is to seek immortality, right? I wonder how the other me can find immortality. In the Qin dynasty, Ingzheng looked at the gold list with excitement. Although the person on the screen was different from him, all these achievements were about him. Is this my future? My future is bright and I hope I can live long and see the future. After the war, the emperor ordered the collection of weapons from all over the world to be melted into a golden man to serve him. His achievements are too great, and no one can take responsibility for them. In order to prevent his kingdom from falling into chaos after his death, the emperor began to look for the method of immortality, in order to live forever. Emperor, Iron Man. Humans should still be self-reliant. Iron Man will sooner or later cause disaster. Hi, what is there to worry about? Leave the great Qin to me, worry-free. Penglai Mountain Kagaya, since ancient times, there have been too many people seeking immortality. One day they will lose their original intentions. Yen Taizi Dan, the tyrannical Qin Ingzheng's pursuit of immortality ended in failure. This is what he deserves. The first emperor of the Lost Belt, downright arrow, there are so many methods of immortality, whether it is the immortal body or mechanical ascension, we have everything. Just when the emperor was at a loss, the immortal messenger arrived. A man with wings on his back, who looked like an immortal, called himself the Wing Maker and had some communication with the Emperor. After learning from the Emperor that he wanted immortality for the sake of his country, the Wing Maker showed the Emperor a way to immortality. That is the God of abundance from the vast universe, the Medicine Master. Medicine Master is compassionate to all living beings, and will respond to all requests. Wherever there is pain or disaster, he will grant the blessing of longevity, and the Wing Maker is one of the beneficiaries. The first Emperor of the Lost Belt, Isn't that right? The Winged Man is still in the world, but he is actually an alien. Hua-yi, damn. It's pretty good. I don't mind eating meat or vegetables. I can be considered an angel, right? Star God Ash, there are star gods in this universe. Does that mean there are also existences like the Death Star that want to destroy everything inside itself into nothingness? Group destruction, call me. By Ci Nan, what kind of great good god is this? Ingzheng, there is actually such a great god. Wait for me, I'm coming. Thanos, everyone is immortal. He is the most evil existence in the universe. Fujiwara no Momo, indeed, such an evil god will only sow the seeds of disaster. Demon Destruction World, Ubuyashiki Yoya is hopeful. If he can ask for the blessing of abundance, can the short-lived curse of their family for 100 years be completely eliminated? After learning about the path to immortality, the Emperor was ecstatic. It could be said that immortality was right in front of him. The Emperor gathered the power of the 9 states and 4 seas and used all his resources to build 9 immortal boats, Luofu, Yaoqing, Fanghu, Zhuming, Zuling, Yujue, Daiyu, Yuanjiao, and Sangqing. 9 immortal boats sailed towards the vast sea of stars with the Emperor's expectation of immortality. Wang Miao, this is not right. The Qin dynasty was an era of cold weapons, how did it jump to interstellar travel? Yun Tianming, technology explosion is not like this, right? Romani Akemen, divine age technology. No. It can be said that it is the Ark of God that can travel for 1,000 years. Even if technology and magic are combined here, it will take at least 200 years to build it. Ding-e, finally I know why it is an immortal boat. The fish on the shore are no longer fish. After they step into the universe, they are already a new civilization. In the Qin dynasty world, Ingzheng was stunned, why is this great Qin different? They all swept across the 8 wildernesses and 6 directions, why? A flash of lightning flashed in Ingzheng's mind, and he suddenly remembered that the Emperor on the gold list unified the world. And the world he was in was round and square, not the same world at all. During the 500 years, the people of Xianzhou alternated between freezing and hibernation, and at the same time, they felt a little confused about this endless journey to the Starry Sea to seek medicine. It was not until the 500th year that the Xianzhou people observed the wonders of the universe for the first time. Endless groups of void whales chase meteors and fall to the sky. The people on the immortal boat marvel at the vastness of the universe and the magnificence of life. Then I saw a huge wall made of crystals, stretching across light years. Through the intelligence collected in the universe over the past 500 years, the Xianzhou people saw for the first time the miracle that belonged only to the star god. The legendary barrier that separates the world from the endless void, Echidna sky wall. After seeing these extraordinary powers and the terrifying existences in the universe, the Xianzhou people are more and more sure that this trip will be successful. Chun, big fish, gazing at your sleeping outline is really beautiful. Mash Kirilite, such a magnificent wall. This can only be built with dreams and compassion. Jibril, so big. So high. So wide. Compared to it, I guess my existence is not much different from sand. Guxiaoluan, is this, the power of the star god? So awesome. Aurelian soul, separate the void from the universe. Star god, you deserve my admiration. In the collapsed world, Alicia looked at the void whales with sparkling eyes. Wow. So beautiful, she hugged Eden's arm and shook it, saying coquettishly, Eden, change for me too. Aha, okay. In a foreign world, the immortal King Anlin smiled crookedly at the word Tianyuan, and the anti-counter combo was directly triggered. Tianyuan. Even if I carry Tianyuan on my back and hold up the immortal boat, I will still be invincible in the world. In the 1200th year of the immortal boat route, the immortal boat encountered a crisis for the first time, a demon called Seeing Flesh. Faced with this pathogen-like protozoan monster, the Xianzhou people had no means to deal with it. After this catastrophe, the population of Yuanjiao was greatly reduced, and Daiyu was directly destroyed. Alex Mercer, Pathogens. I wonder which one is stronger than the black light. Zeta, there are too many dangers in the universe. The first danger encountered by the immortal ship is just these losses. We are lucky. 0 TSK, if we encounter something unlucky like the cosmic toilet, I am afraid that the immortal ship will crash directly. Please take a leave if you have something to do, please give me flowers. Please give me flowers. Please give me flowers. Have a good time reading during the Qingming festival. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Recharge now, activity time, April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The birth of the imperial Bao, the Battle of Suiyang. The godly pharmacist of the abundant star. Another 200 years passed that the first mechanical war broke out in the universe. The golden men on the immortal boat have awakened their self-awareness, and an intelligent machine crisis has broken out. The control of Xianzhou was taken away by the Jin people, and the war between the Xianzhou people and the Jin people began. After a war lasting at least 300 years, the Xianzhou people defeated the Jin people and regained control of Xianzhou. At this point, the controller of the Xianzhou also changed from a golden man to a noble emperor. Iron Man crisis. I hope the humans of Xianzhou can escape this disaster. Victor, can robots also have self-awareness? Tony Stark, Ultron. This may just be a coincidence. The probability of an intelligent machine crisis is very small if the normal technology develops. 45, a war between humans and intelligence. If intelligence also has consciousness, then are they considered life? Eula Lawrence, the unstable Iron Man turning into a noble is just another disaster. The noble's control of power will sooner or later sow the seeds of disaster. At this time, the picture of the gold list was given to the immortal Yao Qing. Around the 1700th year of the Xianzhou star calendar, with a cry, the listed Di Gong was born in Yao Qing and appeared in the vision of all the worlds. Arthas, the moment you were born, the whole Yao Qing was calling your name softly. Chow Chow, he is definitely a god. Loki, a mortal becomes a god. How is that possible? Don't joke. Star Dome Railway World, 1700th year of the star calendar. Di Gong's father looked at the picture of the birth of the Jinbang Di Gong and suddenly his face was ecstatic. What did he hear? The protagonist on the list is Di Gong. The protagonist on the list is a star god. Thinking of this, Di Gong's father stroked his beard and shouted loudly, "My son Di Gong. He has the talent to be a star god." More than a decade later, Xianzhou encountered another disaster called Suiyang. Suiyang is an energy life form that feeds on the 7 emotions and 6 desires of life. After parasitizing on a person and absorbing the 7 emotions and 6 desires, it can directly occupy that person's body and manipulate his behavior. Emperor Gong participated in this disaster of possession in his youth, and saw through the essence of these energy life forms at a glance, that is, they are not strong in hard power. Dumbledore, Dementors? No. Dementors only absorb happiness and souls, and they can't possess bodies. Kesha, so terrifying. Fortunately, there are no such creatures in the main universe, otherwise it would be a disaster sweeping the universe. Kyubi, if a civilization that feeds on emotions comes to Earth, it will greatly delay the speed of our plan. Fortunately, there are no such creatures in the known universe. Justice, there is no need for existence of existence that violates the justice of the universe. Lipia, correct, the star of light may have destroyed such a race. After being discovered by Emperor Gong, all the Sui Yang gathered together to form a small star, trying to use the star's gravity to devour the immortal boat. A total of 200 people, led by Emperor Gong, formed the Death Squad. They dismantled the secondary engine of the ferry boat Yaoqing, made it into a weapon and brought it into the interior of Suiyang, forcing the star to decay early. In this situation where he was almost certain to die, Di Gong still survived and became a great hero in the Suiyang War, and was highly respected. After Sui Yang was defeated, Xian Zhou captured Sui Yang's leader, Sui Huang, and sentenced him to life imprisonment. He was sent to Xian Zhou Zhu Ming to serve as an endless energy source to power Xian Zhou. Guxiaoluan, what is an interstellar war? They are an interstellar war, Nick Fury. If the scenes of interstellar wars in the universe are all like this, then the alien invasion will be a complete crush. Drax, tough guy. Emperor Bao and his brothers are as tough as Thor. Fujimaru Ritsuka, in the gold list, Emperor Bao is the destined one. As long as he is not certain to die, he will definitely survive. Sai Xiaoxi, wow. Is Sui Huang an endless energy source? Hua Yi, damn. This brother is so miserable, he must go crazy to be an energy source for tens of millions of years. After many twists and turns, Xianzhou finally found the rich star god pharmacist at the border where fantasy and reality are mixed. He sat upright in the void, with fair skin and beautiful appearance, a man's body and a woman's appearance, and gently twisted wheat ears and red fruits on his 3 pairs of arms, looking at the immortal boat people who came to ask for medicine with kindness and tenderness. In his eyes, everything should last forever. Short life is a chronic disease, and he is the panacea to cure it. Ito Makoto, so beautiful. But I can't have any blasphemous heart. Kaltsit, such a kind existence seems to be born to save the world. What kind of existence is he? Soraka, as long as he is alive, no life will suffer difficulties. Taigong Wang, his merits are immeasurable, but I always feel that something is wrong. It's as if the immeasurable merits are also related to immeasurable karma. In the 10,000 worlds, countless people who yearn for immortality greedily kneel down and kowtow to the god of abundance, praying for immortality, even if it is an illusory or even untouchable existence, they will give it a try for immortality, just as the wing maker said, the medicine master generously bestowed immortality on the immortal boat people. He gently twisted his jade hand, and the Jinmu seed fell on the immortal boat Luofu. Then it quickly grew into a towering tree, its shade was like a cloud, covering the sky and blocking the sun. The roots of Jinmu wrapped around Luofu, making the immortal boat Luofu gain life like a living thing. The immortal fruits grown on Jinmu were swallowed by the immortal boat people, who gained infinite lifespans. Jinmu was used to evolve immortal ways, creating various miracles. Rise, it can make dead things glow and upgrade, and even give them life. The power of this tree is comparable to the world runes. Ingzheng, the medicine king is kind, Jianmu is growing. From today on, the pharmacist will be the totem of my great Qin. Fujiwara Mahong, praying for immortality is crazy, alas. Art Looky, I can feel that every immortal fruit can be compared with the true red fruit of Fulanhai. With so many immortal fruits, wouldn't everyone be immortal? Zhang Sanfeng, incredible. It can even evolve immortal ways. Only with him can there be immortals. A group of people led by Emperor Gong realized something was wrong after seeing the great power of the pharmacist. They believed that immortality was not a good thing and strongly opposed it. However, individuals can resist the temptation of immortality, but a civilization cannot, let alone the nobles at the top. Facing the predictions made by Emperor Gong and the disasters caused by the immortality, the immortal boat people said that there must be a way out when the car reaches the mountain, and only after immortality can we think about the future. Facing the people of Xianzhou who have lost their minds, Digong can only sigh alone. Thanos, it seems that there are still rational people in Xianzhou. Immortality means population expansion and resource shortage. With all kinds of problems, it will sooner or later be on the verge of extinction. The so-called high-level officials are just a bunch of fat pigs with their heads full of power and immortality. They are not worth a big deal. Wonder Woman, Digong didn't eat the immortal fruit. Does that mean that Digong's battle to become a god is about to start? Kyubi, star god. Go and become a god, Digong, so that we can observe the rules of becoming a god. Ikari Shinji, Mr. Digong, go and become a myth. Happy Qingming outing and reading. Recharge 100 to get 500 VIP points. Recharge now, event time, April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Civil War on the Immortal Boat, Gyeongsang attacks. Emperor Bao sets out again. Perhaps there was still a glimmer of hope in his heart. Digong rushed into the hall and angrily scolded the nobles for their desire for immortality. What was the difference between him and the emperor who had desired immortality 1,000 years ago? The nobles have already obtained immortality. Faced with this difficult-to-deal-with immortal ship hero, the nobles unilaterally ignored the Emperor Bao and ignored his scolding. Ingzheng, what's wrong with me asking for immortality? Is there a useful one for future generations? Who doesn't want immortality? Fujiwara no Mahong, I don't want it. Hu Hai, why am I useless? Sengoku, the status of the Emperor Bao is as embarrassing as Garp. Although he is a hero with prestige, he is just a mascot and cannot shake the decision of the top leaders at all. The disheartened Emperor Gong was unwilling to go along with the evil and refused to take the fruit of immortality. To express his determination, he drew his longbow and shot at Jianmu, which angered the nobles and regarded it as a great disrespect to the pharmacist and immortality. Jianmu was not damaged at all, but the Emperor's Bao was convicted. Because of Digong's achievements and popularity, the nobles could not give him a serious punishment, and could only sentence Digong's group to hibernate in a cryostat. Huang Zhong, the arrow pierces the solid stone, the strongest among the three armies. Unparalleled, the army takes the head. Zhulang, kill the immortal. Immortality is indeed a sin and a disaster. It's a pity that the blessing of God is difficult for mortals to destroy. Orion, the way he draws the bow is full of determination. He is a real man. Kurama, hibernation in a cryostat. This is more painful than being sealed in the body of a Jinchuriki. Aozaki. Tuko, hibernation. It sounds good, but it's just an excuse to seal it up like a seal. In the year 2609 of the star calendar, except for the people of the Emperor Bao who were sleeping in the cryostat, the 8 immortal ships have achieved full immortality and all death has been eliminated. 1 year later, in order to celebrate the ascension of the immortals from the short-lived species to the long-lived species, the main ship Luofu held a banquet and pardoned the world, but Di Gong and others were not included. And 400 years later, the disaster of immortality predicted by Emperor Gong broke out. The nobles monopolized power and wealth, because the long-lived population expanded, the labor force depreciated, and the common people lost hope for the long future. There were civilian rebellions in various parts of Xianzhou, and they were repeatedly suppressed. Thanos, total immortality. I can already see their tragic fate in the future. Wendy, alas nobles, as expected, the nobles and civilians will eventually fight. Minister Ernest, how dare the hungry untouchables rebel against the powerful? Sooner or later they will be completely suppressed. Hilko, many failures will only accumulate anger, and the war will break out sooner or later. I'll wait and see. In the world of fate, Amakusa Shiro, who was picking up garbage, was stunned. His long-cherished wish was to use the materialization of the soul to realize the immortality and eternal life of all mankind and create a world without fighting, but the picture of human immortality in front of him was very different from what he thought. As long as humans are still connected with desire and malice, the fight will never end. In the Twin Cities world, the image of the Xianzhou people rising up in resistance ignited a spark in Little Ike's heart. One day, he will also lead the people of the lower city to initiate a revolution in the upper city. The novel was taken from the Rawlers website. Close where you're reading it and support us on our website for more free novels. The novel was taken from the Rawlas website. Close where you're reading it and support us on our website for more free novels. It was not until the year 3198 of the star calendar that Ju-Mingafew of the immortal ship rose up in rebellion, and the other 7 immortal ships were also affected, and a civil war broke out among the immortal ships. The scene of the Golden List jumps to the immortal boat 200 years later. Although the fight was fierce because of Changsheng, the real loss was not enough to wake up the Xianzhou people. It was not until the demise of Xianzhou Yuanjiao that the Xianzhou people were completely awakened. The Xianzhou Yuanjiao lost control due to the civil war, was pulled by the gravitational pull of the red giant star and could not escape, and finally fell into it and was completely destroyed. The other 7 immortal ships mourned, and the 2 armies therefore ceased fighting. Emperor, the problems of the immortal ships are too great. The rebellion of the Iron Man, the disaster of immortality, the class struggle. They lack an iron fist to lead everyone. Vandal, Silco is wrong. A meaningless war will only bring pain. This rebellion is doomed to fail from the beginning. 0, they are already red-eyed. Only the appearance of the sacrifice can make them sober up. What a tragedy. Absolute Tartarus, fighting within the same family is a laughingstock to outsiders. Is there anything that cannot be solved by the same race? Why must we wage war on our compatriots? Kakyoin, Noriaki, the sacrifice has appeared, the war is over, but is it really worth it? In the Star Dome Railway world, the immortal ship people lowered their heads when looking at the comments in the chat area. This is one of the greatest pains in the history of the immortal ship. The 9 immortal ships sailed to the Starry Sea together. The past conflicts and immaturity caused the immortal ship Yuanjiao to crash. This is an eternal pain in their hearts. In order to stop the war, the Xianzhou people signed an agreement to allow interstellar immigration and family planning to reduce population pressure. In the year 3300 of the star calendar, the Xianzhou people met their old friends, the Wing Maker and the Vision meet. The Wing Maker's home planet Qiangsang is of the same nature as Luofu. And the Wing Makers solve the land and resource problems by absorbing the abundant blessings of other stars. This time, their evil intentions were revealed, and their target was the immortal boat Luofu, Elmeloi II. This is just a way to divert contradictions. The upper level will do what it wants. Conan, the birth of the immortal boat is a conspiracy of the Wing Makers. I have a bold and terrifying guess. Luo-ji, I have thought of the dark side of the universe. The people of abundance are so kind to tell the immortal boat the way to longevity just to snatch the blessing of abundance later. Melina, there are countless civilizations blessed by abundance. Maybe the people of abundance are also killing each other to snatch the blessing. Kaisha, so the enemy of the immortal boat is the god of abundance. The people of abundance don't have the same nature as the god of abundance. Gojo Satoru, the enemy of the immortal boat should be the people of abundance who are trying to snatch the blessing. After all, I guess that after this battle, the people of the immortal boat and the people of abundance will fight to the death. Facing the invasion of the Wing Makers, the immortal boat was powerless to fight back. The civil war had lasted for 100 years, and a ferry ship was destroyed. A large number of people left because of interstellar migration. At the critical moment, the noble finally remembered the emperor's bow that was still sleeping. The group of people who opposed immortality, led by Di Gong, were released and stood at the forefront of the fight against Cheong Sang without hesitation. Emperor Gong quickly made a plan to delay time for Xianzhou, and then went to Zhuming and found another great enemy of Xianzhou, Suiyang Suihuan. Sakata Jintoki, Emperor Gong and the others are really, I'm crying. Atrox, the will to break through the enemy's line is to die. I used to be such a person, Emperor Gong, I recognize you. Alicia, it is because of lovely people like Emperor Gong that Xianzhou can have such a brilliant evaluation as the gold list, right? Shengong Bao, use his spear to attack his shield, what a good strategy. Otakamaru, what is his purpose in looking for Sui Huang? Wait. Could it be that he wants to use his body as firewood in exchange for power? This idiot. Happy reading during Qingming outing. Recharge 100 to get 500 VIP points. Recharge now, event time, April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shocking the worlds. The hunting star god Mist is born. The immortal boat alliance is established. Prison deep inside Xianzhou Zhuming. Emperor Gong and his former great enemy Emperor Sui looked at each other in silence. Sui Yang feeds on the 7 emotions and 6 desires. To them, feelings are the most attractive thing, not to mention those from old friends. Emperor Bao hopes to use Emperor Sui's power for his own benefit, but the price is to voluntarily let him absorb her emotions and be possessed by him after everything is settled. Homelander, and you, my friend, you are the real hero. Kane Madoka, too tragic. Sacrificing yourself in exchange for the power to save your hometown. Armin, come on. Big brother who can shoot arrows. The Emperor, feeding the devil with your body, this is simply the worst option. If you are really possessed by Emperor Sui, it may become a new disaster. Orion, he loves the immortal boat so much that he will separate and shoot the last arrow even if he falls into the abyss. This is the intuition of an archer. Star Dome Railway World, Belloberg, Cocolia saw that the famous hunting star god in the universe also made the choice to feed the devil with his body when he was young, and she felt more and more that her choice was correct. The future of Belloberg will be opened up by her, and no one can stop it. But she didn't know that a train had arrived outside the atmosphere of Belloberg. At this time, Emperor Gong's emotions had reached the extreme of tragedy. Feeling the deliciousness of this fearless death, Emperor Sui readily accepted it. After learning about Emperor Gong's choice, the group of people who followed Emperor Gong also made the same choice as Emperor Gong and entered Zhuming to find Sui Yang to make a deal. Just like that, after sleeping for 700 years, another group of death squads was born just like before. Pava, although this Emperor Sui is very greedy, this greed is a good thing. Musen Kibutsuji, are they really not afraid of death? Death is so scary. Why aren't they afraid? Jun Himaya, their beliefs are a bond, but that will be passed down from generation to generation, and they will emit new light when passed on to the next generation. Gilgamesh, the wise king, even if they die and leave no offspring, their will be passed on to each other. This is the will of mankind, the chain of life. Loki, what shining souls. They are all brave. They are all heroes. At this time, the immortal ship Luofu and the giant beast planet Qiangsang have been connected to Luofu and linked to Jinmu, absorbing this abundant blessing. At this time, Emperor Gong arrived. He stood on the bow of the immortal boat Yaoqing, with strength flowing through his body, and pulled the longbow. The jade belt pierces through the sea of clouds, and the arrow shoots with all its might pierces the stars. With the blessing of Emperor Sui's power, the Emperor's bow shot out an arrow with anger and indomitable spirit. This arrow was invisible to the naked eye. All you could see was a flash of aurora, and then the space was torn apart. An extremely powerful imaginary energy gushed out from the crack in the space. As for Jianmu, the blessing of abundance, it was directly broken into 2 halves. Qiangsang was also cut off. The connection between Qiangsang and Jianmu was completely severed. Fujimaru Ritsuka, you are the gold that pierces the stars. Arash, this gathering of energy is not hesitant to shoot this arrow even if your body is torn into pieces. Emperor Bao, this arrow of yours will be sublimated into a myth. Ash, star god has your place. The star-piercing magic arrow is just like this. Liang Bing, damn. The space is torn apart. Is there a void behind it? Chao Chong, this is too cruel. Even I, wearing a silver lion, can't stop this kill. Danesleb, this arrow is enough to kill the gods and end the war of demons. The death squad present saw that the advantage was leaning towards the immortal boat, and rushed towards the wing maker with anger. The wing makers were frightened by this arrow when they saw Jinmu broken and their mother planet destroyed. The victory of the immortal boat was completely established. The Emperor's bow disappeared completely after this battle. No matter how hard the immortal boat searched, it could not find any trace of it. Only the remains of Emperor Sui were left. After this battle, the immortal boats were in chaos and decline. Everyone assumed that the Emperor Bao had died in this collision of power, and the 7 immortal boats mourned for it. Tianjin Gai, the wing makers would never have dreamed that the guidance they gave back then would create a strong man who could easily destroy them. It's 1000% unfortunate. Han Zhen, this attack can be called a god. Can he be called a star god now? Tushan Rongrong, how tragic. Emperor Sui was Pua, and the power gave him a disability, but the Emperor Bao disappeared afterwards. Senju Tobarama, however, this war was lost. The high-end combat power of the immortal boats was gone. The civil war and foreign enemies destroyed themselves, and Jinmu was also destroyed. Now they are truly floating in the starry sky without support. Kamen, Rider, this arrow annihilated him together. After his death, he was posthumously named a star god. Alas, what a pity. Just when everyone in the world thought that the story of Emperor Bao had ended and the title of star god could only be conferred later, the scene of the Golden List came 100 years later. In the 3400th year of the star calendar, an arrow of light fell from the sky and completely broke the miracle of fertility, Jianmu. After the Emperor Bao returned from the void, both the immortal boat and the universe received shocking news. The Lord of Destiny has been born. The god of heavenly Bao named Lan has come to the immortal boat to protect it. A centaur with long blue hair, a mask, and a body as bright as the starry sky appeared in front of the immortal boat people with a bow and arrow, Atlanta, indictment arrow. According to speculation, only gods can exert such power. Atrox, ha. Upright arrow, he's back. Ha 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 ha, Chiron, ha. Sure enough, there are similarities. Sagittarius, constellation, star god, centaur, holy son of heaven, the star god protected the drifting immortal boat. Where is our god? Huayi, you can still be called a god after falling from a divine river body to a beast body. Bullshit. I want to see how powerful you can be in the future. In the Ultra world, the king of Ultra, Peter, stood up and stared at Lan's figure. From his eyes, it can be seen that this is not a god simply because of his strong strength, but a god who has mastered the rules or some abstract things. Perhaps this is a star god. In the Ark world, countless Kuranta looked at the figure of the patrolling Lan and expressed deep enthusiasm and faith, whether it was the nobleness of protecting his homeland during his lifetime or the Kuranta-like figure after he ascended to godhood, they were completely convinced. The people of Xianzhou looked at his strange yet familiar figure. Even though he was no longer him, they knew that this was Emperor Gong. He rarely appears in the universe to the eyes of mortals. Only the stars and tails that pass through the universe can be observed. The hunting star god descended on the immortal boat Luofu. Under his guidance, the immortal boat alliance with the purpose of hunting for abundance and eradicating evil creatures was born. With the protection of the patrol, the immortal boat escaped from confusion and formed the Cloud Cavalry Army, aiming to eradicate the abundant evil creatures and cut off the pollution of immortality, patrolling the boundless sea of stars. Thanos, immortality is evil, and the life of the entire universe will be grateful to you for this action. Su Huanzhen, so Senior Di Gong is hunting for abundant evil creatures, a great good. Zhulong, too magnificent, too great. He really cut off immortality. Kaisha, the universe needs more civilizations like this, and it is our duty to chase demons and eliminate filth. In the three-body world, the Trisolarians were shocked. Is there no dark forest in their universe? Aren't they afraid of being hit because of the exposure of civilization? The Trisolarians didn't know that it was the patrolling star god who could cross light years for ultra-long-range attacks. Happy Qingming outing and reading. Top up 100 yuan and get 500 VIP points. Top up now. Activity time, April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dinah's sharp comments hunting. the street drifter in the universe. After the Xianzhou alliance was established, Xianzhou launched a thorough war against the Homura people. Wherever the immortal boat reaches, if there are abundant evil creatures, all evil will be eradicated and killed. The fierce attack of the immortal boat forces the people of the abundance who are fighting each other for the blessing of abundance in the universe to unite and form an alliance to fight against the immortal boat. Zhangguo, this is justice in the Star Sea. They are the existence of justice. Fushigawara Misaki, they even snatch blessings from each other, what a bunch of despicable things. Liangbing, hiss. By the way, is the Shinha god-making project also an immortal evil creature? That's a clown. Kaisha, I don't know if the Shinha god-making project is an evil creature, but you demons are definitely immortal evil creatures. Liangbing, Kesha bitch. At this moment, complicated subtitles suddenly appeared on the gold list, explaining the existence of destiny in this universe. Destiny is the path that one takes according to one's beliefs. People who take destiny are called destiny walkers. The star god is the ultimate of a path. Those who walk with the star god can receive the star god's blessings. Not everyone can step into destiny and become a destiny walker with powerful strength. Wendy, it's really like being watched by gods according to your own beliefs and gaining the eye of God. Zhang Sanfeng, could this be the legendary Tao? Proving the Tao can make you such an immortal. Walter, what a strange power system, but it seems very powerful under the persistence of the star gods. I wonder if the universe outside the earth is like this. Luoji, maybe it is because of the unscientific existence of star gods and destiny walkers that the picture of that universe is not the dark forest. Collapse of the world, the quantum sea. The moment Kevin knew his destiny, he felt something in his body stirring, as if a very abstract thing was awakening in his body. He could feel this power connected to the starry sky, and then thought of the description of destiny. Kevin gradually widened his eyes. He seemed to know something extraordinary, however, since Lon returned to protect the immortal boat. As long as the people on the immortal boat hunt for abundant evil creatures and kill the undead, they can embark on a completely open hunting journey and receive land's unreserved blessing. This situation is unique in the universe. Star gods do not distinguish between good and evil, and there are only a handful of civilizations that can be favored by star gods, not to mention the immortal boats that are so beloved by the hunting patrols. Pineapple blowing snow, wow. Is this what it means to be a person with connections and protected by a big boss? With the blessing of the hunting patrols, there are no taboos. Makima, what a ridiculous guy, you have provoked an existence that you shouldn't have provoked. Tianjin Guy, in this regard, I, Kamen Rider 1000, would like to call the people of abundance the strongest. Spider Girl, too crazy. What is the essence of such an unrestrained star god? River God, it's a concept god. The people of abundance are notorious and infamous in the universe. They are like an immortal cancer that cannot be eradicated and brings disaster to the world. The powerful forces in the universe are helpless against the people of abundance, either because they are unable to do anything or because the cost is too high, or because they feel that it will not interfere too much with them. The birth of the Immortal Boat Alliance, led by the Patrol Star God, fought to the death with the people of Fengchao, which attracted widespread attention from the entire universe. Under the consensus of the entire universe, hunting down the people of abundance is on the moral high ground, and almost all the powerful forces in the universe are helping to support the immortal boat in various forms other than using force. Reno, the existence that everyone in the universe hates, reminds me of the Zerg. I can't imagine what they do because these people of abundance are hated by the universe. Aha, the parties involved are here. Is it possible that the Zerg in our universe are also crushed? Captain Marvel, when will the universe be so united? Uchiha Sasuke, they just lack a common enemy, and it happens that the people of abundance are both jumpy and annoying. Trasis, the gods don't care about them. They are still in a civil war, and they have also been hunted by another star god. The people of abundance are too miserable. Zeta, hey. They deserve it. In the year 8072 of the star calendar, the creature of the rich evil, the living planet Jidu Mirage, approached the immortal boat Fanghu, trying to provoke the immortal boat and the patrolling star god. The Battle of Xianzhou was in chaos, and the fight with Jidu Mirage was extremely intense. When the situation was at a stalemate, the patrolling star god Lan shot an arrow of light that streaked across the starry sky and destroyed the living planet Jidu Mirage. The immortal boat Fanghu was destroyed by 1/5 because it was touched by the edge, and it rested after this battle. Fuhahaha. Living planets must be delicious. Keep the freshness. Planet Devourer, that makes sense. Huangzhong, unparalleled. 10,000 troops will take the head. Yulindel, this attack really penetrated the stars. Is this the power of the star god? Reina, too awesome. A touch and 1/5 of it exploded. If Liang made a touch and a change, it would be completely gone. After the immortal boat was on the right track, the patrol star god Lan roamed the universe. When it saw a planet polluted by the rich evil creatures, it would shoot an arrow. The arrow that crossed light years destroyed the planet and the rich evil creatures together. The immortal boat dealt with the remnants of the defeated army by observing the coordinates of the planet destroyed by Lan. The golden list scene ends here. Lan is still on patrol, never stopping. Singer, it is too dangerous for an individual to have the ability to strike planets across star regions, if this universe already has the ability to mark civilizations. Dinah, traveling around the universe to eliminate evil. Isn't this like me, a street urchin? Gagula, the purpose of patrolling the star gods is still very firm, don't compare them with the hypocrisy of some messengers of light. Yuanshan, hunting and abundance are like compliments. They have become the rules of survival in the universe. Hunting and growth, this is the meaning of their existence. Ingzheng, good. Very spirited. Wait for me to build a fairy ship and conquer the sea of stars. In the Qin dynasty world, Ingzheng has begun to gather talented people from all over the world, delve into technology, and gradually climb the technology tree. Happy Qingming outing and reading. Top up 100 yuan and get 500 VIP points. Top up now, activity time, April 4th to April 6th.